I can't believe that my silly no-ever joke video became the most popular video on my channel. Maybe I should just... Great galloping gadzooks! There's a new episode! Time for this mild-mannered pony to disappear. Never fear, I'll analyze this episode, for I am Unicrow! What? The name is taken. But that was the name that won my Fine, I'll go return this cape before Buck realizes it's missing. So after that total buzzkill, I guess I should actually watch the episode. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. This makes no sense. This episode is perfect. Here, let's walk through the episode and I'll explain. So the episode starts off with Spike showing Twilight his comic book. Spike actually does a lot of explaining about the comic book all throughout the episode, which is good because the audience needs to know this stuff, and it's good to have Spike explaining things. The first thing he explains is the origin story behind the episode's villain, the Mane-iac. This origin story is stupid and ridiculous, and I love it. But I'll get back to that. But Twilight tells Spike to get some sleep because they have to clean up the old castle tomorrow. That was fun. Anyway, so now our soon-to-be heroes are working hard to restore the old castle and the Everfree Forest, and... oh. That's a lot of writers. Alright, first up we have Megan McCarthy, who really needs no introduction, but seeing McCarthy on hand for this episode is pretty great though, because as we've seen before in Lesson 0 and in Equestria Girls especially, Megan McCarthy writes for Spike really well, a good sign, seeing as this is a Spike episode. Next up is something pretty neat, Charlotte Fullerton. She's written for the show a lot, and has a pretty impressive track record at that, but looking even further back, we see that she has also written for many other shows, including many generations of Power Rangers and Transformers. A good sign, seeing as this is an episode about superheroes. Lastly, we have a brand new writer, Betsy McGowan. Unfortunately, given that this episode had 3 different writers, I can't really tell what parts McGowan is responsible for, but this is an all-around pretty great episode, so I suppose she knows her stuff. Now where was I? Yes. So everyone is doing their part to clean up the castle except for Spike, who is sadly left with nothing to do. And after a joke so meta that it hurts, he goes off to read his comic book, but the story is cut short by a portal to another world. What? No, not that other world. This other world. Not the world where they're all human, but the world where they're all superhuman. That's right, our heroes are all, well, heroes. But what's this? Some pony has just robbed the museum, and it's none other than the dreaded Mane-iac. Okay, now we're getting into why I love this episode so much. The Mane-iac is by far my favorite minor villain, and almost my favorite out of the major villains too. Why? The Mane-iac is perfectly executed and hilarious satire on all the classic supervillain tropes. This is done through the Mane-iac's theme. Every supervillain has to have a theme now, but usually these themes are something boring like plants or ice. But the writers just taunt the silly trope of having a theme by giving the Mane-iac such a stupidly ridiculous theme as hair. Let's check the official supervillain trope checklist to see just how far the writers went with the Mane-iac. Stupid and ridiculous origin story relating to the villain's theme? Check. Excessive use of puns relating to theme?
Time for the main event.
Check. Villain's name itself is a pun? Check. Stupid and ridiculous weapons? Check. Hordes of identical henchmen? Check. Stupid and ridiculous speech given to henchmen? Check. Yup, the Mane-iac is a bona fide, stupid, and ridiculous supervillain. But she's more than just the puns and weaponized hair products. The animation on the Mane-iac is incredible. Every moment that she's on screen, I just can't take my eyes away. She's always moving in some stupid and ridiculous way and making weird faces that really helps her feel insane. Not to mention Tabitha St. Germain's excellent voice acting. I would say that Tabitha St. Germain had the best voice acting in the episode if it wasn't for Andrea Limman, who blew out her vocal cords turning into the Hulk. Oh yeah, did I mention Fluttershy turning into the Hulk? It happened. And it was stupid, and it was ridiculous, and... oh, so that's what Megan McCarthy was talking about. I get it now. Anyway, I loved every second of it, and the rest of the main 6 are great too. The design on all of their costumes are amazing, not to mention completely over-the-top, stupid, and ridiculous. Okay, you might be wondering now why I keep using the phrase stupid and ridiculous as a positive point, and the simple answer is because My Little Pony is being a superhero show at the moment, and when you're a superhero show, being stupid and ridiculous isn't just a good thing, it's a requirement. Remember in my review of Equestria Girls when I said that MLP has begun to transcend into other genres and utilize the genre's tropes in a new way with their characters to make something completely amazing? Well, just as Equestria Girls used the classic high school drama tropes as a part of some much bigger event going on, you can see Digibroni's review of it to see what I mean, Power Ponies takes all of our favorite superhero tropes and uses them to a much greater effect and part of a much bigger picture. As Mage said about the episode, the comic book is a manifestation of Spike's feelings about the main six. He always views the main six as superheroes, going off and defeating bad guys with the elements of harmony while Spike hangs back and remains the lowly sidekick. It's amazing to see Spike's feelings brought forward in such a literal sense. It truly seems that My Little Pony is unstoppable in its conquest of other genres. The writer's use of the superhero genre to carry the episode is ingenious, and it made me realize this is the first time ever that I've actually really liked the way the moral of a Spike episode was handled. But alas, such a great adventure through Metropolis comes to an end when our heroes, now including Spike, stop the Mane-iac and return to Equestria. And now we finally get an explanation for why the comic book sucked them in there in the first place. And the explanation is stupid. Not stupid and ridiculous in a good sort of way, just stupid. That being said, I was prepared for them to not explain it at all, so it's not a great explanation, but at least it's an explanation, so I can't get too mad. All in all, Power Ponies would have to be my favorite episode of Season 4, and I would give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna go watch Equestria Girls again.